In 2002, two Nigerian entrepreneurs acquired a small commercial bank, ranked 65th out of the 89 banks in the country. Today, that bank is the fourth largest commercial bank in Nigeria. With me to tell his story, Herbert Wigwe, Group Managing Director and CEO of Access Bank. Take me back to day one. What's your first priority when you begin a transformational project like this?
The first and most important thing for us was to put together a strong, credible and competent management team. You need to have people, first of all, who had the same value system. You also needed to find those who were somewhat entrepreneurial, okay? But most importantly, you needed to have those who had the ingredients to understand the aspirations of the enterprise and the vision of the business. We had to build on the brand. We had to look for institutions to partner with, all right, to give more credibility to the institution. And we realized that the pace of growth was such that we had to pay specific attention to issues around risk management and compliance. So that was another aspect that we had to look at. The great thing was that, given our background as professionals and where we had worked and what we had done before, we had large institutions like the IFC come and rally behind us to support us in creating what I can only refer to as another oasis of sanity, because they saw young people coming out of Africa, out of Nigeria, who would build world-class institutions.
So you have the partnerships, you have the grand strategy for the bank, but how do you get your workforce united behind your vision?
The first thing is to share it with them. It's not a vision that comes from the top down. You have to get everybody to believe in it and to feel it and to live it. People must share the vision of the bank. People must share the values of the bank. That way you get everybody energized to believe in what we are truly trying to do. Initially, it may appear to be just routine, but the more they do it, the more they share the values before any presentation, it sticks to their brain. Anything they're doing, they're asking themselves, how does this contribute today to becoming the world's most respected African bank? Once you have people thinking in the same direction, it makes it very easy for you to determine where the institution is going and to align all the forces in one direction.
As you say, your current target is to become the world's most respected African bank. Tied into that, you have targets on sustainability,
Absolutely.
On empowering women in
Absolutely.
your workforce. Tell
Absolutely.
me more about the work you're doing there.
A lot of work is being done, and particularly with respect to issues of sustainability and gender empowerment. And this started in 2005. At that time, most people were not paying attention to issues around sustainability in the continent, not to talk of in Nigeria. First of all, we started the Gender Empowerment Program, where we worked with the IFC to provide loans to women. And the idea was to help support the girl child as well as female entrepreneurs. In 2012, we took it to a totally different level, and we set up the Women Banking Group to support all aspects of female businesses. So whether it's the female professional or it's an aspiring female entrepreneur, and we started supporting them all through. Now, most of the SMEs in Africa are owned and run by women. And by excluding them, it's affecting the overall size of the economy. You'll be amazed, all right, at how much impact it has. And those things are so important because get a woman to understand you've trained an entire family. We are determined to ensure that we lead the aspects of financial inclusion as far as women is concerned. We are determined to ensure greater gender balance and equality between women and men. And we're determined to increase the amount of support we give to female entrepreneurs.
This seems to be really core to your personal values, helping the people of your country.
Absolutely. When we started our careers, we had people who built us, who supported us, who trained us. One of the things we realized is that as we have a large number of educated Nigerians, they don't have the opportunity to create the businesses that they want to create. In sub-Saharan Africa, about 50% of the economy is outside the formal sector. What this serves to do is to bring most of this into the formal sector. The more you support SMEs, the more you support a growth in your economy. So it sits pretty well with some of the things the central bank is doing. But as market participants, we need to actually take the charge, teaming up with other of our colleagues, to help drive financial inclusion across the entire system.
We're filming this in December 2016, a time of reflection and review of the year, but we're just weeks away from 2017. So what's your agenda? What are you hoping to achieve next year?
I think it's going to be a very interesting year. The Nigerian economy is going through its own challenges, but I believe that in 2017, given the various efforts that government is coming up with, the economy should begin to turn around. Now, for us as an institution, we need to identify the opportunities in 2017 for us to achieve our own aspirations. But in all of that, we need to support government in terms of diversifying the economy to ensure that in the future, Nigeria does not suffer from the same kind of problem that has gotten us to where it is, which was over-reliance on oil. So identifying opportunities in exports, identifying opportunities that can lead to local creation of some of the items that we need to import on a sustainable basis are areas that we basically need to focus on. We need to work together, all right, to create a much more diversified economy, all right, that will basically continue to maintain us as the pride of Africa, the largest economy in the continent.
Herbert Wigwe, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Thanks for watching. You can find out more about Access Bank at worldfinance.com, and please subscribe for more on financial inclusion as well as all the latest insights from World Finance.